everyone. Welcome to Patriot Crusader Missions Christian Warrior Talk. Strength and Honor, 4th of July edition. You know, we made it another week, and it's America's birthday coming up in a couple days.
Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. Happy 4th of July weekend.
May I use this real quick to scooch the fan out of the...
Oh, man. You have to stand up and show the Santa PJs.
I might have to. Got it.
Got it.
Fan was in the view.
So did you just show our weapon on scene?
Is it orange tip? YouTube. There's an orange tip on it.
Yeah.
It shoots flies. That's it. We promise.
This is how we avoid Mike Pence moments. All right. So if you see us racking them up here and killing bugs, that's because
there are bugs.
There are bugs. And rather than swat at them all, we just one. If you haven't got one, it's amazing.
They're fun.
They're fun. They serve it, and watch out for that knife is open there.
We got all sorts of things on this tip. Bea helps Dada locate the fly. She's like,
she's got eagle eyes, man. She's got spotter eyes. Yeah, she'll see him way before I do and be like, bug. She calls him out and I smoke him.
All right. Hi, Clay.
Oh, here we go. Strength and honor to Clay. Oh, that wasn't good. We got to do that again.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And,
who else is here?
So when we do Friday Strength and Honor editions, we grab our favorite adult beverage or not.
There's one circling.
Oh, he's landing. I don't want to make the whole show about shooting the darn.
If he's in prime position, we'll get him.
Yeah. But anyways, if you're new to the show, just sound off where you're from or where you're watching it from, maybe what beverage you're drinking, and
does not need to be alcoholic.
Does not need to be alcoholic.
Mine
in fact, Lauren's pregnant. If you guys didn't know where you've been, so she's drinking sparkling water with a little bit cranberry. So. John, hey, what's going on, brother?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Is Claudia with you?
Mary Jo.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
John, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I saw your that you got trolled again on your birthday post. That was nice of everybody to comment about your dog again.
He doesn't have a dog. He has a gerbil. I wasn't going to bring it up. I wasn't going to bring it up. So Lauren just trolled you right now, John. That's how Lauren does. She's like a super sneaky assassin. I didn't say anything
about the dog. I called it a dog, and I said I apologize if he got trolled on his birthday
You knew what was going to happen when you did that.
You couldn't help yourself?
I'm not the only one. When John gets
done. You got a little support. So I think that the other comment was, "Where's the rest of your dog?"
Who said that?
That was one of his other friends who you clearly have a lot in common with.
Oh, Clay, red stripe. Oh man, I haven't had one of those in probably 20 years. Holy smokes. So
and I just hopped over to Facebook to put the YouTube link in there, and there is a Kathy on Facebook right now. So let's
Kathy.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Welcome. So today, or this edition, I wanted it to be about all celebration and happy. But the 4th of July, for me and, one of my platoon that we were in back in 2003.
Sorry. John said he's not my friend anymore.
Who? The gerbil? I don't blame you. You upgraded, brother. You upgraded.
I'm sorry, John. You can rescind your visit if you want to.
Crisco, what up, brother?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
All right, now you can say your
No,
story.
I'm going to
so
wait
we
my
went into
story
it.
later because I'm sure some tomfoolery is going to come up before I drop into something serious. But holy smokes, did I take a testimony today?
I was gonna say we need to talk about that because I don't think that many people watched that live today based on what I was seeing for the viewing numbers. But go back and watch the Hope Report from today. It's well worth your hour. Well worth your hour.
It starts off kind of slow, for like 5 minutes, and then I had no idea what was coming.
The little write-up, and I guess so Melissa, who does a wonderful job lining up guests, had watched a 6-minute testimony.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it would have had to gloss over a huge amount of her story. And so what Melissa knew of her was that she had at 19 committed to committing suicide
while pregnant.
Well, that I don't think that part was even.
Yeah, that wasn't in there. Right.
But had committed to killing herself, and 3 days prior met Jesus. And so that was kind of the summary of what it was going to be about. And so, that's what Jason had going into it.
That description did not do an adequate description of this. If you are ever feeling sorry for yourself or, wondering, the depths that Jesus can pull you out of.
Oh my goodness. It was amazing.
This woman not only got pulled out of it, she's not surviving today. She's crushing it today. She's the CEO of her own nonprofit that is in I think she said 29 countries or something.
Well, it was already founded. She didn't found it, but she is now the woman who founded it was a massive part of her saving.
Yeah.
And she's now part of that organization as the CEO. So
go man, Captain Caveman, good to see you.
Andrew is on as well.
Hey, family.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Whoa, Claudia, you're
Strength and
special.
honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So.
Yeah. So it's impossible to even sum it up, really, but just what she went through childhood abuse, into kind of just burdens.
Amy Jean, what's up? My cousin.
Strength and honor. Strength and
Behind
honor.
enemy lines in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
So yes, go check it out. Her name, Teresa. So go find Teresa's testimony on the Hope Report. Take an hour and watch that. It'll bless you.
It'll knock the wind out of you. I battled tears 3 or 4 times throughout it.
Yeah.
Lauren cried. Okay, that never happens.
Tears.
That never happens. That
emotion.
Never.
Occurred.
The Terminator never cracks over there. Yes. So yeah, it is an amazing testimony. Was so blessed by it. I didn't want her to stop.
Yeah, I know. You're like, is there anything else you can say?
Yeah. And she just had such a resilient soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the only way I could say resilient and full of light.
And the peace she had, in talking about these pretty horrible things that have happened to her in her life, a lot of which she had no control over. She has such peace because she has truly captured the meaning of forgiveness. And some of the things that she has forgiven, people have a hard time forgiving way, way, way smaller stuff than that. And just her story and testimony of forgiveness. And she has one powerful example with her father. It's absolutely humbling because she is what we're supposed to be in relationship with Jesus.
And a real organic relationship with Jesus, like real, and she teaches people how to be counselors. Where she's like, I don't do the counseling, the Holy Spirit does. And again, one of those people who wasn't seeking glory for herself. I didn't get any of that where I've had other guests on there who are just there to sell books or do whatever. She was amazing.
Good Samaritan ministry.
Yeah. Thank you, Amy Jean.
Chris Scott, you might have changed your notification setting because he streams it on YouTube and Facebook for the Hope Report page.
Yeah.
So you might have just
I don't
accidentally
do it
turned
on
off.
Patriot Crusader Mission anymore, just because I kept getting copyright alerts on both things that
Okay. So
they were
that
being
that might be.
streamed.
So if you're not following the Hope Report on YouTube and Facebook, that would be your answer.
So, and again, on that show, it's just people going over their experiences, and I kind of break out little teachable moments throughout, their testimonies to help people. If I think there's a teachable moment in there, we'll expound on it, so that, because everyone's at the question, how do I avoid my daughter from getting in this, or my son, or they're in the middle of this, and so totally blessed by that. The other thing I want to give a strength and honor is to Vodi Bakum.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
He'd probably be horrified that we're choosing booze, being that he's a Baptist, but it's wine. So
cheers.
Cheers.
It is done with love.
I'm wrapping up his book.
Are you finishing?
I got less than an hour left.
All right.
And he's kind of already wrapping it up. And it's called Family Driven Faith. That's the cover of it right there by Vodi, just Google Vodi. I think he's the only Vodi in the history of the world. And
yeah, I've definitely, it's a
I
name that's good for
anyone.
someone who's a public figure now.
Yeah.
It stands up.
His parents weren't afraid to be original. Just saying.
We have a daughter named Brenna who I've never heard of another child named Brenna. So, okay, sure. Take your dig. I don't accept it.
But let me tell you something, guys. This book will kick you. His book will kick you in the pants, grab you by the collar, snatch you up, and throw you up against the wall and be like, you're messing up. What are you doing? Like, you need to do more, and you need to fix this like now.
Yeah.
Like, it is all about mentoring and discipling your family, whether man or woman. It talks a lot about from the men's perspective, but it's there for the woman's perspective as well. It
certainly applies. Yeah. 100%.
And
a lot of it is
universal family.
Yeah. So it's things that, both partners really need to be kind of on board with for it to be successful.
Yeah. Well, if you want to raise a strong family in the Lord, pick up that book. It is a manual for it. We're already changing so much about what we do. And it's all about family. It's literally a manual on family, on the husband and wife unit, on, the father, son, mother, son, or, father, daughter, mother, son, mother, daughter, family unit, and how abysmal the current churchiology or churchianity is failing with their rock concerts and their their Jesus light seeker friendly garbage that gives. They have this amazing depressing stat that 8 out of 10 Christians go to college and they fall out of faith by their junior year. 8 out of 10.
I believe it right now with our educational system, but it's still very sad.
What kind of discipleship is there for that? Like, that is disgusting. He's like, we are failing. If they are that not solid in their faith, leaving their family unit, you certainly failed them. Well, I think it becomes crystal clear when it's a simple thing where you have these celebrity pastors who can't even answer if homosexuality is a sin or not.
Yeah.
I mean, watching them twist themselves into.
That was a Vodi video, right? There was a compilation of all of these weak sauce pastors answering that question.
Yeah, TD Jakes.
Yeah.
All of them. They were all just Joel Osteen.
Okay.
Joel Osteen, super mega pastor church, can't talk about anything but God wants you to be rich. He wants you to be successful. It's like the most ridiculous thing ever, and he's like, you're like the richest pastor on the face of the earth and you don't know. Right. He's like, there's so many things about the Bible I don't know. And that's just one I don't want to talk on. I don't have the, I don't know that one. Oh. It's like, what are you talking about? It's the foundation of everything.
Yeah.
He goes into the 10 commandments.
AKA, I don't want to lose the majority of my donations.
Yeah, exactly. So just a powerhouse book. Some of the things that we are doing, like Vodi talks about, using the five senses to set the scene and
make your house stand out as being a Christian home.
Yeah.
Let it not be like any other home that people walk into. And it was to capture each of the senses in that experience.
Yeah, and what he grew up in South Central. Now, Vodi's somebody I typically wouldn't listen to. He's an academic, but he grew up hard in South Central, and and he's Ken Graves with with darker skin and a better education, maybe
life experience.
Yeah, but totally, completely different life experience, right? So that part he kind of loses me in the academia part, but he's so eloquent and he's such a great communicator.
Yeah.
That again, and I met him and he was great, and he does come off as an academic. He's a big dude. His dad was a football player and he was a football player, but he talks about growing up in South Central Los Angeles back when it was terrible, and his mom was poor and she was a Buddhist, and and how that religion uses so many senses, and he remembered the gold Buddha, the smell of the incense, the sound of the drum, feel of the beads, and just on and on and on, the food offering. I so would, Chris Scott. That's Ken Graves' quote right there, Joel. I'd like to slap the grin off of his face.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, Vodi takes no prisoners in this book, and we were like instantly condemned at different portions of this book on things that we're failing about. Yeah.
So they have family worship time every morning. They all participate in some sort of, they're singing. He learned the piano in order to lead their family with that. So they all participate in that. And then the evenings they do family Bible study together, Bible study and kind of prayer time. And it is a mandatory activity. It's not going to be bumped with everything else that the family has going on. And he expressed that his kids haven't grown up now in that the dog.
Or anybody want a pit bull? Even though he's been like super cool lately. I'm sure there's fireworks going on right now, which means he's gonna.
The kiddo doesn't stir, we're okay. But yeah, so pretty cool, and it's daunting to think about committing to that. Inspiring to think about committing to that, but daunting as well. And he did express, it doesn't have to be a daily thing, but you need to do it frequently and with consistency and conviction. So, you might not be able to do it every day, but you better, if you commit to every weekend, you better do it every weekend.
The other thing that he talked about is, making Sunday special. So we are trying to come up with, making smells in the morning. And, so the way I imagine we would do this, and we haven't completely ironed it out yet, but I figured having a really good, like pastry type breakfast, thing with maybe some meat in it, maybe ham or bacon or something like that in it. And then we wouldn't eat again from that. So that smell of whatever, the cinnamon and the whatever, would fill the house. And we know it was Sunday, and the kids, as they grow up, will know it's Sunday. And then we'd go to church, and then everyone would work up, an appetite, being, going to church, and then we'd wait till 4. And
I'll explain to Chris once he's done this.
Yeah. And then do like one of our favorite meals, like one of our 4 favorite meals, and rotate through that. So that Sunday was something we all looked forward to, not only for God's word, but for our special meal, and for, deep prayer, and just making meaningful in so many different ways, and making it a celebration.
Yeah, it's a wonderful concept, and I hope that it's one that I think that once we figure out what works for us, I think it'll be something that we can stick with. So you missed it apparently when we opened. This is a bug assault gun to kill all the flies that are in here.
Yeah. So
Use
I've had a couple
salt.
near Mike Pence moments where they were
Salt.
like on my head while I'm on
And it
camera.
works. It's fun.
It's fun. You blast them. It's a shotgun that shoots salt, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So Steve Rowley in the
Strength and honor.
house.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And I will toast Amy Jean again for happy 4th of July. We love
Strength
her.
and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
How's your phone battery hanging in there, Amy Jean?
She probably that was probably the last thing, and now it's boop. But no, some of the other things that it makes you do is it really turns on your mentor brain, right? So I have, and I believe Lauren has been doing it as well, I have been front of the mind thinking about what I'm modeling and what I'm doing around B all the time. So I'm getting up in the morning and I'm being like over the top, overt action. Good job, even though that like hit me in the face and went everywhere. But that fly is done.
We're down one fly.
You're gonna cock it so you don't have to. So you ready for the next one?
You go.
Oh, you're not strong enough to cock it?
No, go ahead.
Oh,
My hands are slippery.
oh man, the shame. The shame.
Oh, the shame.
Shame.
No. Okay. Anyways, put up the link to the bug assault gun. Bug assault.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Jen.
Oh man, Jen's here.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
That sounds like a great tradition, Clay.
It sure does, Clay. It sounds awesome. So put that up there. But I think because we connect so much with food, you think of Thanksgiving, you think of Christmas, you think of Easter, you think of all these meals. Imagine, you don't have to do it to that scope,
Yeah.
but having something that your kids and you look forward to on Sunday. So you're just like, let's Sunday get here.
Yeah. Tangible memories. I think it would be very important to make sure you don't cross over into stressing more about what you've turned that day into versus the reason for doing it. So I think it's finding that balance that's going to be important for me. Anyways.
Well, I think it could be as simple as going and getting, grabbing pizzas on that day.
Yeah, Amy Jean, this is on YouTube also. The link I put into the Facebook chat. So you should be able to hop over there if you have power on YouTube.
Yeah, totally. So just look for Patriot Crusader Mission and we'll be streaming live there. So again, it's not about the stress. It's about dedicating it to the Lord, and it's about making it special. So when your kids look back in 20 years, they are going to be talking about the smells and the sounds.
If you think about all the traditions that people tend to carry into their families, and usually they're about the secular holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that being able to set this kind of tradition with the meaning and making sure that they understand the why behind it is.
I'm going to be crying a lot, Clay. So hopefully I don't make a fool of myself on Sunday.
So yeah, did you guys hear? He's preaching again on Sunday at the same church. So that means that they didn't go and badmouth him after. So
they invited me back on Sunday. So
I'm so excited. So Clay, that's great that you're coming. So if anyone else wants to come who's local to the church in Kingsport,
it's going to be a very patriotic.
He gets all the holidays. It seems Father's Day, now 4th of July. So
those
they're
are
perfect for you.
Yeah, they're perfect for me.
Perfect.
So what was I saying again? I keep getting.
Oh, we were talking about the stuff from Bodhi's book.
So I know what I was getting ready to go on a rant on something not serious.
Okay.
So it's the same thing like how you grew up. If you grew up in one of those fake plastic ass trees in your house, and you call the ones that are perfect and no Christmas tree smell, there's no going out and getting one and picking one, shame on you.
Yeah, the one that people like saran wrap.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. That's the best you got is that. Whereas those of us who like took it serious and went out there and got real Christmas trees and the imperfect ones and had to decorate appropriately to like hide the imperfections of it.
Is this tied in some way, or you just wanted to go talk about Christmas trees?
I'm just talking about traditions.
Okay.
You didn't recognize that? I was talking about traditions.
Oh, I know.
So it's like if your parents had a lame ass, plastic tree, you probably do too.
I didn't, but I had the really tacky multicolored lights.
Ooh.
So you showed me the way of the
yeah, white lights are definitely the way to
yeah.
go.
Yes.
White small lights are the
sophistication
way
of
to
the
go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
We take that very
My mom
serious.
has now convinced my dad to do that, and they both admit that it looks way better.
One of the many changes Jason Perry has brought along
Yes.
to the Shaw family, and
Yes, it is
all have
appreciated.
been for the better.
I appreciate it.
Ken Graves would be horrified. He's anti-Christmas tree. He's anti all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a whole thing too. I mean, that's everyone's personal choice, but I know a lot of the devout, really walk it out Christians do not like the reason for the season as far as Christmas and all of that. And so, I mean, kind of figuring out how you want to raise your kids with Santa or not Santa or whatever.
I'm gonna raise, B as a devout Christian with pointing everything towards Jesus. Hey, all right, Amy Jean. Back at you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So
all I know is I was convicted because Vody was talking about
here we
they
go.
have a herd of kids.
Yeah.
But at the time
5 at the writing of this book, I think
they
they're
had
up
a
to 9.
13-month-old, and he was talking about, from the beginning, that baby had been incorporated into worship and sitting still for their family.
The term is called corporate worship. That's where the entire family sits through the same sermon.
Well, I'm talking about the home.
Yeah.
So the little baby practiced, sitting at home, going through Bible study and stuff. And then he was like, one of the worst things about churches is the nursery. And, the kids get to go and just tomfoolery around there and not know why they're at church. And they don't learn to sit still through service. And I was like,
well, you can see Lauren shrinking.
Okay. Yeah, because B doesn't sit still to save her life. So we're going to work on it. It's not going to be pretty or perfect, but I will start seeing if I can have her at least participate some in service without blowing it up.
I think
even starting with worship and then going down, but we'll see. Right now, we're battling the grocery store.
Yes, the grocery store. Oh my God, we went to Sam's
this
with her today.
child does not want to sit in the cart for more than 2 minutes.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not going to bore you with baby stories, but
yeah, have your kids sit through service. Good luck.
Yeah. So, anyways, I wanted to toast Vody on that book because it is a masterpiece, and it really helped me as somebody who wants to mentor more and more people. If you can get them, go for it. You did a really good job. Just try not to frag me, And I recommend it to everyone.
I'm looking forward to listening to the pieces that I
haven't heard.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've listened to some pieces like 15 times, playing them for people. That's so darn powerful.
Yeah.
So I can't recommend enough. I don't do that a lot, but this is a book that will immediately change your life and how you are parenting and how you are being a husband.
Mm-hmm. Just want to do since we're plugging people's good works.
Oh man, you guys, have you guys seen this?
On Monday, I think. But so if anyone of you were not watching Monday,
this was a gift of mine that Lauren got me for my birthday. It is a Bible that is hand painted. There, it's hand painted by Travis Carey's wife.
Yeah, Maddie. So she's a graduate of the women's version of CRD up in Bangor.
So everything here means something. You guys will recognize over here, down there. That is the cross on the hill. So Lauren told her everything they have. So you got my Navy SEAL trident over here. You've got God's sword over here, which is Calvary Chapel, Bangor. You got my Boston police badge there. And then, of course, PCM here. So,
yeah.
Yep.
So very cool. So her, you can find her on Etsy, her little business that she does this all on her own. She's got 2.5-year-old twins that she's doing. I mean, she's a
super mom. She's a great musician.
She does probably 20 plus of these a week. I mean, is absolutely taken off for her, but Etsy Sparrows and Wildflowers is her business.
Is there like a logo or something on the front of that sheet that you can hold up in front
that's
of?
not going to be very clear.
Okay,
but yes, Sparrows and Wildflowers.
That's Maddie. And when we showed up at Calvary Chapel Bangor, she was still singing there. But then her and her husband, a couple months later, went off and started Calvary Chapel.
So when she was still in her addiction, she went to art school. And so she's figured out how to use that talent now for the Lord. And so they're a great family, and it's absolutely fantastic gifts or anything. She has a lot of them that are kind of that she's developed, created for people's testimonies, like a lot of the women and men that have gone through the program there, that if you like the design, you can get that, or you pay $10 more and you can customize it and describe how you want it for her. And she nails it.
Yeah. Well,
very, very cool.
I tell you, I hope she continues to blow up.
And her testimony is going to be coming on the Hope Report in the next couple of weeks. We haven't figured out.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
Yet, but she has a great story as well. And she's very happy to share it.
Yeah. And again, another Ken Graves disciple, and her and her husband Travis run a church in Greater Portland. Benjamin, what's up, brother?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
So he's talking about your time with Ken. How was that to have Ken back on Wednesday?
Man, it was so good. It was so good. But the best thing about Ken is, one, he's so consistent. And if you want to throw him in the basement, you might as well, because everybody in Tennessee who has a lighter,
like right there, they're shooting off fireworks, and Odin is.
It's been fireworks for the past 10 days. Midnight fireworks.
Let's go Santa PJ it up. I'm just going to move him.
Santa PJ, but da 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 da. What? There's no dance. But having Ken on was so awesome on Wednesday. Again, we had technical issues because technology in Maine sucks. But we got him on the phone after we figured some stuff out, and we got to roll into some things that you guys have heard me say. And it was great to know that I didn't get him wrong. And he really affirmed me in what, we all believe, as we've been talking about in this program for months. And again, that comes from him and it comes from the Holy Spirit. But it was great to see that, we were lockstep, that if you're a Democrat and you're voting for abortion, you're pulling the lever that's enabling the murder of millions of babies every year. Even if you think you're a Christian, if you are not repenting for that sin of doing that, we don't think you're going to heaven. So no Democrats are basically going to heaven. Now, there's a lot of places where there's a lot of Democrats in church, and but you're committing murder on a scale on 100 and what was it? 3,000 abortions a day in America. 3,000 abortions a day in America. 22% of all abortions or of all pregnancies in America end in abortion. I mean, come on, man. So it was great to have that, and then it was great to also, talk about people who habitually sin. The people who basically are praying for insurance. They say they have a relationship with the Lord. They say they love Jesus, but then they go and they do stupid things on purpose. That is their habitual sin over and over and over. And I don't think they're legitimate. I think they're illegitimate. I don't think they truly love God, because they are just they lack the wisdom or the knowledge to understand that sin is what put the nails in Jesus' hands and feet and stripped the skin off his back with a scourge and put the spear in his side. So if I love somebody, would I nail Lauren to a cross if I loved her? No. Would I beat her with a scourge and flay her skin off? No. Would I put a crown of thorns on her head willingly with my selfish sin over and over and over again in a sin pattern of lust over my physical wants? The answer is hell no, I wouldn't do that. And I think that the gate really is narrow. And I think that when Jesus says, if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out, or, and cut off your hands if they cause you to sin, whatever it may be, everyone's like, oh, that's, hyperbole or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do I think he was cutting it off? No, but I think he was showing you how dire it is.
Yeah.
It's that dire.
Well, you expressed that belief to this woman today on the podcast, and she wholeheartedly agreed.
Yeah. Yep. And again, I owe all that to Ken Graves, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ken Graves is the one who sent me and who showed me the way of walking this out, right? So Gordon Hugenberger helped me intellectually to understand the Bible. You know, Paul Lavelle helped me get spirit filled, and Ken Graves showed me how to walk the walk. If I had to name my three, you know, people who were really a part of this, that's how very different, all important in my journey.
Yeah.
And you know,
each step had to happen.
Yeah. So, you know, and I think we need to have more of those conversations, Benjamin. You know, are you unmarried and having sex? You know, if you think God's going to bless you in any way, you got some issues coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you are living in sin and you are doing a lot of different things in sin, it's time to wake up. You're making an idol out of freedom. You know, making an idol out of sexual gratification, making an idol out of whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, and you need to get right with the Lord like ASAP.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was good that he pretty bluntly said God will not bless that relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, even if both parties are Christian, or you know, if one is Christian and they think that they will still receive the blessings of God, the action that they are taking is denying that. So I think a lot of people probably don't recognize that.
Yeah. And you know, and some of them are my good friends and I love them and they're very dear, and that's why I'm fighting for them. And so today something hit me like you know, like a 5,000-pound sledgehammer on the head today. Is I was working out with Joel in the morning. And I was thinking of what makes the great pastors great. And I've been doing a lot of research because I'm trying to improve my game. And trying to learn from the best pastors out there. What makes successful pastors successful? Like, you know, what is the thing that makes them different? And it's 100% that they will fight for you. And I got all choked up. I have no doubt that Ken Graves would fight for me. I hope all of you know that I would fight for you. And if your pastor is not somebody who would fight for you, get a new pastor.
Yeah. And you hear that a lot. People say, I don't really have a connection with the pastor, but I like the
music. It's always the music.
It's always the music. Or, I have a connection with
a great concert.
Yeah. Some other reason. It's like, no, your relationship with the guy, with the pastor needs to be that, for those reasons. It was really sad to me, at one of the churches that we went to, I think it was The Point.
Calling out The Point, the most shallow, phony concert church, everything that's wrong with the church.
We were talking to someone who was very close to suicide, or, literally holding the gun. And they're like, I could not go to my pastor right now. I do not have the relationship with him to talk to him in this moment.
Yeah. And that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible. And that's what happens with a lot of these big mega churches. They don't have that relationship.
That's impossible.
It is impossible, but there's still, you may not know each and every one of them, but if someone comes to you concerned, you should have the reputation that you will drop what you need to do and be there for them.
Yes.
Right. That's the difference.
It's a great, what is that supposed? Did I miss something, or what is that supposed to mean, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know. We're missing what you're saying, Chris. I mean, did I pull a Jasonism and combine like 42 words into one backwards?
I didn't catch it. If you did,
it's a great point.
I don't know. We'll have to see what he comes up with.
Okay. So anyways, it's knowing, and that fighting is not only spiritual fighting. Oh, Corey, what's up?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Thank you, Corey. Really appreciate that. So it's not just praying. It's not, praying for you and doing intercession for you is one way, right? But there are other ways. Like Ken Graves showed me that, the day you put on your pastor hat, that's a 24/7 job.
Oh yeah, I was so surprised when he was talking about some of the things that he did in the pastor role.
Doing ride-alongs with cops and getting into fights to save their life.
Yeah.
Having, the police drop off people because the only person they could say where they could go was Ken. Travis Carey taking a junkie who stole from him and put him in his own house to make sure that he went all in on him. I mean, come on.
Oh, you're a little behind, Chris.
Yeah, you're so far behind,
Okay.
Chris. Yeah, it's a great concert.
Yeah, you're a little behind. Okay, gotcha. Where do I get a Patriot Crusader hoodie? If you go to patriotcrusadermission.com, the shop on our website, you can find a hoodie. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, patriotcrusadermission.com. So anyways, finding somebody that'll fight for you. I mean, and I remember my entire life, right? Through all my abandonment issues, and I don't want to retread them for you guys, but all I wanted was someone to fight for me. And one of the reasons why I fell so in love with this woman to the right to me is when her parents didn't approve of us dating, and she went to war with them. She wrote a very long, heated letter to them, and that was the first time anyone's ever fought for me.
And it was the first time I'd ever stepped out of line with my parents.
You
were worth it.
Thank you. And don't they feel stupid now?
Yeah.
But anyways, having people around you that will fight for you is everything. There's a scene that is from a secular movie that is not a very Christian movie. It's not a Christian scene in the slightest, but it comes to the type of people that I'm talking about in a different sense. And it's it's Ben Affleck and the guy from The Hurt Locker. They play Chelsea guys from Chelsea bank robbers.
You're asking me for a movie reference?
Anyways, I can't remember the name of the movie. It's like The Point or something like that. And Ben Affleck walks in and says, I need your help. We're going to hurt people. You can't ever talk about this. You can't ask me what it's about and whatever. And instead of some big, drawn out, sentiment, quite Q&A, he's like, who's driving?
Yeah.
And, exactly, Andrea.
And welcome.
So here's Andrea.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
And we have Monica on also. Strength and honor to Monica.
The town, Monica. Thank you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Double strength and honor to you for helping them out on that.
So if you take that and you flip it biblically, that's what I'm talking about. Meaning, holy smoke, someone who's been clean and sober for 20 years just fell off the wagon, and you're going into the war zone, the hood, to get them out.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to kick down the door, the crack door, to go get them.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you're talking about. Your friend is cheating on his wife. You just found out, and you go and you get him.
Mm-hmm.
That is the type of woman I'm talking about. I love Pastor Greg Locke, Andrea. He is one of my go-tos as far as everything, and he's getting massively attacked. I love that man. He is a man on fire. My favorite, one of my favorites, he's got so many, is people are like, where's your PhD from? He's like, I got a PhD. I preach hellfire and damnation every time I speak.
You're going to adopt that.
Yeah.
You're going to be you're going to be a clone.
But he's great, and I really like him. He's one of my top 3 that I go to, top 4. And so what did she say? It's not how successful, though. That's his quote. Yeah. And that's what Vody says in his book, is that, we've all attributed such negativity to having a lot of kids, to raising a strong family in the Lord. And it's all about earthly things. How much money do they make? How much influence do they have?
Mm-hmm.
What college did they graduate from?
Yeah.
I'll quote somebody that I know. Lauren, does it bother you that Jason's not college educated?
We can let that go unnamed, but yes, that happened.
As if that means one thing in this entire world, nothing.
Yeah.
It's all about.
He is one of the smartest people I've ever met.
Well, thank you. In some things, and other things, I'm a complete. I don't want to make an agreement, but I struggle. I will put there. In some things, I struggle.
Don't we all?
Math, not so much.
Yeah, this whole homeschooling thing. We might need to reconsider middle school age because I'm not
Oh, you're a scientist.
a scientist.
You're a scientist. You have a bachelor's in
That
science.
doesn't mean much, as we all know about the educational system.
Benjamin, that is the only model I would ever do with our church. And I got an announcement to make. We are filing our official paperwork to turn Patriot Crusader Mission into a church. It's not going to be a traditional church in the beginning, but we'll see where things go. We're meeting here in the mornings, training every morning already. And, so.
Yeah, we have to see if we can. I mean, you think that we qualify?
Well, we talked to two companies, and so again, I wish every single one of you would move here and be a part of this. I want strong Christian brothers and sisters locking shields around one another and doing this the right way. And I may not always know the right way, but that's what you guys are for. It's a Perry struggle. You're good. Thanks, Amy Jean. So,
yes, I think so. The
fellowship is the term, but go ahead.
The timing, I just to kind of tell people where we're at as far as being a nonprofit. 8 to 9 months, I think we were quoted from the first company, right?
Yeah.
As far as
second company said the same thing.
Once we commit, so this will be by next summer thing that we would be recognized as that. We will continue to put one foot in front of the other during that process. And there's going to be a waiting game, once paperwork's filed and all of that stuff. But as far as kind of formally fundraising and tax write-offs and all of that stuff, that wouldn't be in place until next summer-ish.
Yeah. But we're putting everything in God's hands. He's already moved this so fast, so far.
Yeah.
I mean, he put what we thought we'd be on year 3 doing, we're already there. So one of my friends said, don't force it. And I'm like, brother, I ain't forcing. I'm hanging on for the ride right now.
Thank you, Andrea. That's really kind of you. Oops, Brandy snuck a comment in there, so I'll show this one. So I haven't seen you on Facebook for a long time, but I wanted you to. I prayed for your wife and the baby watching from Michigan. So I appreciate that. Your prayers are so welcome. I appreciate
Oh my God. And the baby is doing wonderful.
And I don't know if you've heard, it's a girl. We found out it's a girl.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been on in the last couple of weeks, it's a little girl.
Yeah. It's a little girl. And I got in trouble last week for saying the name.
It's not a decided name. So you can say what is on the list right now.
Well, there's one name on the list right now, and it's Bridget Grace.
Or Bridget Faith.
Yeah.
One on the other.
Yeah. So, but your prayers and, our extended Patriot Crusader Mission family are the reason why we do this.
Chris, is this an announcement?
He told me already, but
you guys, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? You're committing to moving back to Cali?
It must be hard. I mean, just like it's hard for us to stay away from Ken. He's got,
wow.
He's got Calvary Chapel Godspeak and Thousand Oaks.
Peace in your heart with that decision, Chris? I hope so.
I hope so, and I hope you if you want to get rid of your guns, if you want to send your guns to Tennessee, I'd be happy to take them because you can't have them in California.
So true. What is the timeline for this, Chris? And this probably is all a very early decision as far as details, but let us know the details. Very cool. I think you are needed there. I think you will do good work there.
California is one of the most lost states, lost places on earth. So, having luckily, it's got good weather that keeps attracting all you guys who want to go there. And
I'm sure that's why he's going.
he's going. I know why he's going for the fellowship, but
Well, he wants to wade into the fight. That was a conviction, I think.
well, I wish you the best. We will be praying for you, brother, and you will always be extended
Danae,
family.
that's so sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Man, that's been happening to a lot of our friends.
The water levels must be rising like crazy.
Yeah, in Las Vegas, I mean, that's pretty out of control.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, at least the liberals will just call it global warming, so you're all set.
Oh, that's awesome. That's classic. So Brandy said, JP, your education. Hold on, here we go. JP, your education keeps people safe. Case in point, Tamara takes coffee with Trident Shield to school every day, much needed daily. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Praise God and amazing grace. God's blessings. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea.
So again, it's fellowship that we're hitting on. It was tragic. It's fellowship that we're hitting on. Having friends that are real, that'll get uncomfortable with you, that will step into the gap with you when it's not convenient for them. Right? Because true fellowship is not convenient. If you are only hanging out with somebody when it's convenient, they're your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Fellowship is beyond that. Fellowship is an epic saga. It's like, think of Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. It's much more than that.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the relationship we all need to be striving for. Men and women who will fight for us, even when we don't want them to.
Yeah, I think that's the key of it. I think that when you don't want to hear the truth, you're going to get it anyway.
So my question to you is, who in your life right now will fight for you? When you're starting to go down the tubes, who is going to step in and check you? When you want to cheat on your husband or cheat on your wife, or you're starting to do some really destructive behavior, who's going to come up and slap you upside the face and be like, what the heck are you doing? Because that's sometimes what it takes. Who is going to, drop everything and treat it like the 5-alarm fire that it is?
Oh, I think Clay is claiming fellowship. He's tired and he's here anyways for you.
Clay, my brother. There is no doubt in my mind that you'd be there, and you've rapidly become one of my best friends. Yes. And I appreciate you in more ways than you could ever imagine. And I can't wait, to raise our families together and to keep Tennessee free, and to make our families, more importantly, make our families stronger, because that's what's most important.
Strength and honor to that.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Get some ice over there.
If we were going to keep the B theme going, that was not an intentional thing as far as sinking Bridget, but Brennan and Bridget. And we can't have. I've already been asked what would the nickname be, and you can't have like B and Bree. That would just be weird. I had Carol, our nanny.
B and Bree wouldn't be weird to me.
B and Bree. Carol, our old nanny, asked if we were going to have either an A or a C. To go A, B, C.
I'm all about meeting, and just Bridget sounds
Bree
cool.
Bridget has a cool meeting.
And, and it pays.
Aw, cool. I'm sure he'll say it to you again.
I'll say that, holding her hand around the fire tomorrow and a manly handshake, not like this. If you do this with me, Clay, we're in trouble.
No graspy fingers.
Yeah. And here's another thing, man. If you're a strong Christian, you better have a good handshake. And let me tell you, I met somebody at, I want to say it was at the church that we're preaching, who gave me one of the strongest handshakes I ever had, and it was an old lady. And I'm like, man, I need to get my game up here.
The one where you
yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. I'm like, I won't say anything, but somebody in our lives this was the handshake they gave me. First handshake. Just saying.
What I hate as a woman is men, especially, they expect me to go in for like the finger grab. And so they don't commit really. And so then mine gets all like sloppy too. It's like, because I want a firm handshake. I hate the little finger grab.
Yeah. I mean, what is that? Is that some dainty,
Yeah, it's like the
royalty,
old, like, kiss
whatever? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, no, but so it gets kind of weird sometimes when they don't know what to. Yeah. Anyways, you ran out of honor, Chris.
Oh no!
What happened there?
Oh no! I'm just strengthening. I ran out of honor. What is going on? You're on a different wavelength than me tonight, man. I don't understand any of your jokes, and I'm sure they're funny.
I just took that to mean that he ran out of some beverage.
Oh man! And then Clay says you don't have to no worries, but I don't know, man.
No graspy fingers.
I've heard some things about gymnasts. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Just saying. We actually need to talk, Clay, because Baby B isn't getting any quality instruction where she's going, and we think she's got what it takes to be the next gold medalist.
She's doing great, hanging on the beam, touching her toes. She can already do that. Killer core for a 2-year-old.
She's got like a ridiculous core, and it's from those dances. If you guys haven't seen our videos on Instagram, where she's had the strongest core because she headbangs like crazy, side to side headbangs, like folding herself in half, like her obliques are made of steel.
She's in better shape than I am. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, she's in better shape than a lot of us. She gets up that mountain when you're not carrying her a lot easier than most of us.
It is the worst.
It is.
Strength and honor to strong handshakes.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
All right, I'm going to get serious for a moment, and I want to do a strength and honor to a friend of mine who's no longer with us. On July 3rd, 2003, a friend of mine was killed in a training accident right next to me. A negligent officer named Jeremy Comaz shot Mario Maestas in the back of the head during a live fire night vision training exercise. The first thing Jeremy Comaz said when he came on scene is, "Oh my God, I think that was me." The Navy buried it. The Navy did a lame investigation with a junior officer with no ballistics experience, no investigatory skills whatsoever, with the understanding that Jeremy Comaz would be leaving the Navy. And so they didn't pull his trident like they would if it was an enlisted guy. And he went to the civilian world for a few years and then came back in as a Navy SEAL and headed the det in like Connecticut or something, Rhode Island or Connecticut, and continue to achieve rank and all that, which just further disgusted me. Mario, let me talk about Mario. Mario was a great looking dude. I wasn't close to his best friend. I was in his platoon. I liked him. He was a good dude. He was younger than me. Superstar. Probably would have been one of the best SEALs ever. And he died on July 3rd at about 11:47 p.m. So tomorrow night is when he died, right before 4th of July. And I was forever changed that night. Everyone there was forever changed that night. And it was a day that the military let us down, the chain of command let us down. No accountability was had. And I get to see my first instance of the deep state machine kind of covering itself up, which is the officer corps. I don't have a lot of respect for military officers, for most of them. There are some that are amazing. And they usually don't finish their careers very high because they have integrity. Yeah. They're not politicians. So I've tried to live, my life as best as I could because Mario didn't get to. I don't have a relationship with his family. They don't know I'm saying this. I don't know anything about him. He was a great dude, and I wish he was here. And that night forever changed my life, and it forever changed many around us. Now, I won't get into any more of the specifics around that, but it was 1,000% preventable. And someone told them multiple times that this was going to happen, and they didn't listen. So I want to raise a glass to my fallen friend, my fallen teammate, my fallen brother, Mario Maestas. So to Mario, long live the brotherhood.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mention Mario in my service on Sunday. But at the same time, to my sermon on Sunday is going to be a rally cry to fight for America. America's almost gone. The NSA is spying on Tucker Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
Elections are stolen. Like, there's no doubt. We all live in a dual justice society where one side can do whatever they want and the other can't.
Andrea, he's going to be guest preaching at a very small church in Kingsport on Sunday. So this is his second time. We will be streaming it again, streaming live the same way that we did. So we will be streaming it to Facebook and YouTube. The service starts at 11 with some warm-up time. He kind of came on about 20 minutes into that. So, but we'll start the stream just at the beginning of the service, just so it's running. So yeah, you'll be able to catch it there or as a replay.
My whole purpose of this sermon is to show, what is America's role in Christianity today? That's the question I'm going to try to answer. But for the rest of our time tonight, I would like to celebrate 4th of July. And, I know I just got pretty deep in something a little bit dark, but that's, Patton has a saying, has a very famous quote that some people don't like. And it's like, we shouldn't mourn that such men died. We should celebrate that such men lived.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, man, I think how grateful I am to have been around and serve with some amazing people now throughout my life. And I want to give strength and honor to somebody who nobody thinks about and not many people cheers. And the day is gone. But for the quiet man who doesn't do anything glorious, but raise his family in the Lord, doesn't make the Fortune 500, doesn't live in a multi-million-dollar house, doesn't drive a super expensive car, doesn't have any of those worldly things, but his daughter knows he loves him and loves the Lord. His son knows he loves him and loves the Lord. His wife knows he loves him and loves the Lord. And his effect is eternal. And I have adjusted my priorities.
Yeah.
My whole life has been taking the next mountain. And the mountain for me right now is not my mountain. It's God's mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not of me. I've been hearing, I'm going to steal and plagiarize something I've been hearing. I don't write the mail. I just deliver it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to be. I don't care about being wealthy. I don't care about anything else. I don't want to work 100 hours a week and not know my family. Like, the thing that is so mind shattering to me and so soul wrenching to me is I know how broken so many are in the teams.
Yeah.
That they serve a higher purpose because they don't have anything else. I'm not belittling it. They are missing something in their heart and they fill it with patriotism and the idol of country. And that's what they have. It's a higher purpose.
Yeah.
And there are those that are Christian who go and fight so that their kids won't have to. And I also respect that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the amount of time and the toll on the families of being away for years.
Well, and I think the commentary that we've had, and we had a conversation about that today with a specific individual. We don't need to get into that, but how many people in the military, once they're out and free from those requirements, they continue on in that habit of being away from their family because of job description or what have you. They're so used to living that lifestyle that they continue to choose it when they don't have to anymore. And especially having just, read through Vodi's book or heard it, parts of it and kind of what we now believe to be necessary for raising your kids. It's extra sad when you see some of those dads choosing now to spend some time away from their kids when they could choose a different career at this point.
Yeah, and that's the broken cycle that I've talked about that I was trying to fix with Trident Shield, which was you have SEALs who, when they're in, make good money.
Yeah.
SEALs are not poorly paid. I mean, you're making over $100,000 with benefits and everything else and special pays by the end of your career.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get out and go down to $20,000 a year in your retirement.
Yeah.
And nobody plans on living. Everybody plans on dying in a pile of brass with their best friends, and hand to hand in some forgotten place.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't happen and your body's broken and you're out. Your family doesn't know you. And now you're broke because you're making $20,000. You're not like Congress who serve 4 years and, or 6 years and get a nice, pay for the rest of their life. No, you've given your best years away at 20. Your body's broken because of the nature of your business. And now you're broke unless you were smart, which some guys are smart and they did well, and then but most don't. And so what do? They go right to the easy money that they can do, which is contracting, which is right back overseas. And now they're deploying again for just as much time, if not more, with none of the support structure around them. And now they're on their 5th marriage. Their daughter's a stripper. And why is that? Because they don't know their father.
Yeah.
And,
and I think, and a lot of people, that obviously kind of the dad as a soldier, people, see that as a great role model, but in what we're talking about, that he's a father absent from the home.
Yeah.
And it's a hard position to be in. Yes, that's, he's a hero and a great role model, but that son at home is still missing that mentorship on a day-to-day basis. So it's a hard thing to balance. And obviously we need people who are willing to do that. But it is sad when you see people choosing to do it longer than the military is requiring it of them.
Yeah. So we got Troy Wade.
Thank you.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
Troy. And I just want to say thank you to Danae, and that was a very sweet comment from
here's to my smoke show wife.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
You guys don't need to cheers to that.
No, just the most amazing, strong, stubborn, tough woman I've ever met.
I'm working on the stubborn part. But
yeah, I know. I mean, birth control, not birth control, during labor, didn't even have a Motrin.
Where you're going with this? All right.
Didn't even take a Motrin. Like, dudes. Dudes. I can never complain about pain around my wife because I was there.
Did you see that comment from Clay?
What? This one here?
Yeah. Get that one up.
It's awesome to walk with a brother who is going forward in faith and watching how the Lord is using him and as part of his remnant team. Thank you, brother. And I consider you, a fellow shield warrior. And I'm happy to lock shields with you and fight for you and your family. A lot of people ask me why I don't talk about the military all that much. It's because I don't live living backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live looking backwards. If I'm looking backwards, that's where you go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying when you're driving motorcycles or, lots of other different things, that wherever your head goes, you go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And that's why I never look back. I always believe my best days are ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
That has been proven true.
Yes, it has. And then some.
My relationship with Lauren is even better than it appears on screen. We razz each other pretty good here, or I razz her. But I am truly blessed beyond belief. I have my struggles and I have my failures, but I always believe that the mission is important. Like what I used to do in the SEAL teams was important, but now I'm a part of the largest POW rescue mission in the history of time. I'm on the front lines of that. You know, we're saving souls every day now. We're helping brothers and sisters every day.
Yeah.
Like, there is nothing like that. There's nothing like that in the world. And to everyone out there who's like on the sidelines, like, you gotta understand, and you've heard me say this before for my loyal listeners, there is a full intensity, like, firefight going on around you with, more worse than D-Day at in World War II going on around you. And most people don't even realize that's happening, and that's why they're losing.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting their ass kicked day in and day out, and they don't even know why.
Yep.
And you can continue to be that, or you can stand in your identity in Jesus Christ and become a general in his army and lead, in the largest rescue mission for POWs, prisoners of war, in the history of eternity. I'm all in. Like, who could say no to that?
Sounds pretty cool to me.
I mean, it just, like, you meet cops whose identity were, I'm as a cop or a firefighter. I mean, I don't know why anybody would want to be a firefighter, but you get firefighters whose identity was like sleeping all day and eating and working out and then going and save a kitten or responding to fender benders. I joke, but or SEALs who are looking back, telling war stories after they're out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, man. That mission's gone, and it pales in comparison to the mission of rescuing souls, which is what we're all called to do. So, I thank you very much, Amy Jean. That we are soulmates. God brought us together, and there is nothing going to tear us apart. So, I just I'm very blessed, very blessed. So, military men and women should never pay taxes and should make more than athletes. I agree. I think the whole athlete thing is ridiculous. I don't know why any of you watch sports anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I could care less about a kid's game. Like, I'm fighting for eternal things. I'm fighting to protect people from violent crime and enabling them to protect themselves and their families. I don't care about a stupid football or a basketball or a soccer ball or a baseball or anything that even goes on in that world. The fact that I wasted even a second of my life caring about that, and I wasted decades of my life caring about that, is the ultimate shame. When I get to heaven, I am going to fall on my knees in front of Jesus and repent for all the Sundays I missed that I cared about Tom Brady or Drew Bledsoe.
I'm sure you've already
or
done that here.
I have, but all the years, the decades of my life I wasted on people who will never know my name and never care about me. Never care 1 second about me. Jesus was tortured to death and humiliated and separated from the Father for me. And they don't even know my name, don't care to know my name, don't care anything about me. Jesus knows my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasted decades of my life doing that, which is why I don't want the rapture to come tomorrow. I want to serve my Lord and Savior with everything I have until the day I die. And I just want to make up for all my lost time. And for all of you guys out there, don't waste another second. Start mentoring. Start discipling right now. Change everything. I wake up in the morning now, and it's changed everything. I make sure the first thing I do when I walk in the room is I proclaim loudly good morning to my wife, and that I love her, and I kiss her so my daughter will see that is what her husband should do.
Mm-hmm.
Then I turn my focus on her to let her know that Lauren is the most important thing in the world. And she is the next most important thing in the world. And nothing is more important than those two other than God. Because I start my day praying to God before my feet even touch the ground. So, and we fill our house now with positive music instead of angry music.
Clay, I resent your comment.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yep.
He just shanked you.
He did.
You want to say what, Clay? You have no idea what you just did.
We're good.
You're going to be driving home tomorrow and you're going to realize that you've been cut like 6,000 times and it was all things that Lauren said or did and you didn't even realize it. We've had guys on the flight home text me and be like, Jay, holy smokes, Lauren like slayed me and I didn't even realize it.
I will take the way of Jesus and forgive you for that unnecessary comment. I am not asleep. Thank you very much.
What do you got to say, Lauren?
I was going to say Bill's on. Strength and honor, Bill.
Bill. What?
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
She's tired. She's a baby litter to go to bed. I'm on her side. I'm not asleep right now, though. You're making it sound like I'm asleep and bored with his talking.
Am I boring you?
No, I'm just saying. Yes, I am tired, but I'm not asleep.
You know what I just noticed? I noticed your light isn't on.
Oh.
But you can't tell.
Working?
Yeah, it's still looking good. Because I did this.
He's trying to cover his tracks here.
I used to
filling
watch
that hole back in with all the dirt.
Yeah. So Amy Jean, my cousin, said, I used to watch sports football. I used to get together with family friends. No more. It's garbage. You're right, Amy Jean. It's garbage. It's irrelevant. You don't mean anything. And they're a part of the problem. All that entertainment, Hollywood or most of Hollywood and most of sports is designed to distract you from your life. Distract you. You think it's an accident that football's on Sunday? The most popular sport in the world. You think it's
a great point.
You think it's an accident it's on Sunday?
Yeah. I
It's
think they
not.
say, well, at least it's on the afternoon, so you can still go to church. But yeah, it becomes the idol of the day.
I've had so many false idols in my life, and that's another thing that Vodi Bakum says. Sit down with your family and write down all the idols in your house and get rid of them. And he's right.
Did he give any examples of things that you might not think of typically?
It was sports, or look at how you spend your time. Look how you spend your day. Is it social media?
Yeah.
Is it Facebook? Is it that's social media? Is it sports? Is it whatever? I mean, the biggest one that parents do is they think they involve their kids in sports and they think that they're done. They're doing a good thing.
Yeah, the kind of the overbooking of kids. Maybe I should go to bed. I'm tired. I didn't know what I was saying.
I'm just telling you, man.
Clay, I'll forgive you.
Sleep with one eye open, brother. I'm just saying.
Forgive you.
Yep.
I got a powerful example of forgiveness in today's Hope Report testimonies. So I'm feeling kind.
Brave man coming to this house tomorrow. Just saying. He's local.
Don't step in it again, Clay.
Look at that. Look at John. Look at John. Be careful, Clay. Lauren gave me a sneak attack. Yes, she did.
I mean,
she set me up.
I was just saying happy birthday, John. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, man. So he used that. He used dance recital. He used all these secular things, all these clubs, all these things that if you're not fulfilling your obligation to the Lord first are all empty. And they all become idols.
Mary Jo, this is fantastic. I just went from tearing up and full of emotion to bursting out in laughter. Thank you for making Friday night so great. Awesome, Mary Jo. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mary Jo. She can't eat your cobbler Clay because he
try again, Clay.
Yeah, she's got gluten intolerance, so if it's got wheat in it, and it does. I mean, it's good. I'll take it for you on your behalf. I will intercede for you with Lauren to not harm you, Clay. But I have a feeling you've stepped into the arena.
I now know what you're capable of.
Yeah, you now know. She now knows that you carry a knife, and now she's ready. Because she never wants to draw first blood. She only draws first blood in people she's comfortable with or vengeance.
John hasn't done anything to me, I don't think. And I truly wasn't meant to be a...
Sure. I'm not buying that.
You were the one who made the comment.
What comment?
On his picture.
It's funny you should bring that up again. All right, just for all you guys to see, I'm gonna have to go on Facebook and pull up the gerbil.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on.
John, I did not.
Yeah, see what Lauren did. See what Lauren did. Hold on.
You are in control of your own actions.
Yep, there we go. We're gonna find the gerbil.
Oh my God. Well, strength and honor to gerbils.
Here we go. Hold on.
Wait.
I'm gonna find him. Somebody,
Yeah.
the gerbil.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
All right, let's find. It's in his profile picture.
No, that wasn't. But there's one. No, never mind.
Oh, wait a minute. Lauren is like, no, there's a better one. What do you mean, Lauren? Hold on. There we go. All right, let me pull this up for everyone to see here. My brother that I love.
Really, John.
My brother John, who I love like a second brother. Here we go. Wow.
It really means that you are in his like inner circle, John.
So, ta-da! That's the gerbil. John, what is the gerbil's name? Tell us, brother. Clay is still he's trying to bribe me with blueberries. That ain't even close to enough, brother.
Some blueberries. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate it.
John, I love you like a brother. I know we're gonna be the best of friends.
Take off the screen.
You
No,
no.
can stop showing the
Okay,
picture
sorry.
now.
Okay. I love you, brother. And I only mess with you because I know we're going to be best of friends. So I can't wait for you to get local.
Right back to him.
Jack. Okay. Jack. That's a manly name for a gerbil. Jack.
We should take a picture of you holding Valkyrie.
Yes, we should. I'll pick up Valkyrie and I'll be like, my
She's
dog.
probably just about as tall as you are.
She is actually. It's all good. It's all good. Clay said, thanks for changing the subject, John. That's a brother right there, Clay. That's you rock, brother. You rock.
So Phil, you missed.
Oh, you missed it
nonprofit
earlier.
thing. So that is a long work in progress that has been started, but it's going to take about 9 months from the time we start the paperwork to when it's like government approved as far as being official in that way.
Yep. That's Chris. Chris's dog, Jake.
He has a mastiff also.
He's like, I think Jake pooped something that size yesterday, referring to the gerbil. I completely agree.
Sorry, John.
Sorry, John. You knew it was coming when just never mind. Anyway, so Scott said, finally stopped driving. We saw one more property and I will go check it again in the daylight tomorrow.
Strength and honor to me.
Just strength and honor to me. So strength and honor.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
John, you can empathize with this. Scott and Jen are finding out what it's like to try to buy anything in Tennessee right now. You better come strong and you better come hard with a good strong offer, or else someone's going to come take it from you. And here's what they do: they come over the top when they know their bid's coming in, and then they use the inspection to beat them down. So we had that happen to us. We had someone come in who came in ridiculously over. They didn't have anything to sell. We took them instead of the other person who really wanted it. Like, they were emotionally attached to it. We should have went with them. And then they came after the inspection and stuff that wasn't even in the inspection report. Like stuff that wasn't even listed in there. They tried to beat us down like 50 grand.
Yeah, they asked us to take 50 grand.
And we're like, obviously that was just a tactic and a ploy. And we said never again. So Scott, don't give up hope. We got this house because the deal fell through. The people came here and they were expecting to see a lush forest and behind. They saw a brown, muddy hill, which was horrible. And Lauren was in shock from it in the beginning, and I said, this is the ugliest it'll ever be.
Mhm.
And what is it now? Green as the day is long, with mountain views that no one knew were here.
Yep.
God is great.
Thank you, John, for that prayer. That's very kind of you.
Is John praying? What did John say? I'm praying for locusts for you all. Whoa! What kind of loving brother is that, man? This is a Christian show, John. You need to go read the book of James. Those of you who criticize your brother, it's not a good thing.
Just like what you're doing.
What? I'm not criticizing John.
The dog. So okay.
I'm making fun of a dog.
Okay. And yeah, so he retaliated by criticizing us.
Yeah,
cursing us with locusts.
Man, I didn't make any remark on John. He can make fun of my dogs all he wants. And then he prayed for a curse upon us.
Pretty stiff.
John, you need to start going to Calvary Chapel here locally. I'm just saying, we might have to fix some things here. But anyways, love you, brother. Where are we? We're doing good. Where are we?
Time-wise?
Yeah.
It's 10:30.
Wow, we've been on for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I've been babbling for 90 minutes and you've been sleeping. That's what Clay said.
Yeah. I mean, anything that's coming out of my mouth is a snore right now. So.
Oh, man. So I want to end on a high note. I'm not going to sign off and be gone. We are fortunate. We were gifted the greatest country in the history of the world. And unfortunately, we took it for granted. We got busy. We do what conservatives do. We mind our own business. We coexist with the left, right? We coexist. Let them do their craziness. If they want to, be gay and they want to do it over there, if they want to be Wiccans and they want to be over there, if they want to do whatever they want to do over there is fine. I'm just going to mind my own business and take care of my community and do my own. Well, unfortunately, they don't have the same courtesy towards you. A Christian can coexist just about anywhere today. Now, nowadays, they will not let you coexist with them. If you disagree with their LGBTQ policy, then you're committing a hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
A hate crime. If you don't want illegal immigrants in here, you're a racist and it's a hate crime. There is no, they know they can't win on the substance of any policy. They have no rational debate for any of their points. All they have is race baiting and hate and division to spread. And, it makes you wonder what attracts intelligent people to that. I don't know. Other than the most broken.
The wool's completely pulled over their eyes and they're seeing the shiny about it. Did you see Clay's comment?
He is coming after you hard. Well, I'm going to let you go on a rant right now. Go on a rant on the betrayal of friends. Go.
No, I'm gonna go godly. Clay,
love you, brother.
Good luck.
No, I was in the process of saying something pretty good there.
You were. It sounded like you were wrapping it up.
You didn't hear it either. You were distracted by that comment.
No, I heard what you were saying, and
well,
I was saying it sounded like you were about all your liberals and all that stuff. Go ahead.
No,
you weren't done.
It just means we have a lot of work to do. There's only one thing that's going to save this country, and that's revival. And the only way we're going to have revival is if we go back to building relationships that matter and we have fellowship with them. Because you know what? Every friend you've ever had wants fellowship. They just don't know it yet. Mm-hmm. And when you have that with other people, when you have, people who got your six, when you are living a life empowered by that, when your children are the best children in the room, and there are people coming, what do you do? Why are your kids so good? Or how is your marriage so amazing? I don't, whatever. Then you have an opportunity. So your goal and your mission right now to save this country is one, be informed and plug into all the groups where you're at. You know, if you happen to be behind enemy lines, plug in and find the reason why you want to plug in there is not that you're going to make a difference. You're going to make a difference in individual lives, but one by one, but you're not going to be able to affect policy on any scale, but you're going to find out you're not alone. If you're in the South, you're in a red state, then it's to protect and strengthen your position. Yep, my dad said what you said. He will just live his life, mind his business, and live his best life. Just bummed about how things are. Keep smiling. Happy 4th. Good night, cuz. Bye, Lauren. Yes, we need to stop being so butthurt and just chill around the fire. Yes, that is correct.
Good night, Amy Jean.
Good night, Amy Jean.
Good night, Brandy.
The thing is that your dad is incorrect in his assumptions. That's what if we do that, we lose. They drive us out and then they hunt us down. You're now considered a terrorist by the government because you're a Christian conservative.
Yeah, you were saying that that's what we were doing as conservatives, minding our business, living our life.
Yeah, and that's not what we need to do now.
Anymore.
There is no coexisting with this. They are not. You cannot coexist with somebody who's trying to kill you or imprison you. And that's what they're trying to do. Because they can't beat us on our ideas. They have to vilify us and turn us into monsters. And monsters have to be killed or put in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing right now, whether you believe it or not. So again, your marching orders for, from here on out, the same as they always are. They are to, get your family trained up in the Lord. All right. 2, impact everyone around you that you possibly can. If you're behind enemy lines, fortify yourself and find groups where you can find out you're not alone, so you don't think you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you're in the South, get in with groups so you can make sure that whatever progress the left has made in your areas, you can undo it and roll it back by bringing strong resistance against it. And then fortify your positions to make sure that they can make not 1 inch into your state, not 1 inch, because if they get 1 inch, they'll start corroding it.
Yes.
They are the most corrosive thing you can imagine. It is sin incarnate, and sin begets sin, and you just can't accept it. So Brandy said, happy Independence Day. Good night. Love you. My apologies for going to bed. Brandy, go to bed, and I'm telling you, you need to get a new damn job, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who makes you work that long against your family and against your life, they are slowly killing you. And for what? On your deathbed, you're going to be like, wow, I worked 4,000 hours. That was great.
Oh, now you're sucking up, Clay. It's nice of you to say, but I see an ulterior motive.
With the pregnant belly?
Oh, so now you want me to take advantage of the pregnant belly and use that as a selling tool?
I'm just saying, I think that would be amazing. Claudia said, great chat today. Jack says, good night. I can't wait to meet the gerbil. We'll have to put our dogs away because we don't want them to eat Jack. But at some point, it'd be nice to meet the gerbil. Gerbil Jack. So, all right, everyone. Hey, we love you. Spend some time around the fire tomorrow on Caveman TV. If you have a second,
if you're local, we are having a party after all. That was a miscommunication. He wanted 2 parties, not moving the party.
Lauren always went modest, and you know me.
I should have known better. So there is a 4th of July party tomorrow.
America's birthday is tomorrow.
And his birthday party with John, if he's still coming, is on the 10th. It's actually growling.
Gerbils don't growl, dude. They moan.
They moan?
Yeah.
They're like, cheep, cheep.
They squeak. Oh, man, but for real.
So if you're here, come by tomorrow, starting at 4.
Yep, starting at 4. Everyone's welcome. Your family here. We love all of you. And just so you guys know, if you wanted to do it, it's getting, it's a little late now, but the super chat, thing where you can donate so we can buy more equipment and pay for everything that we're doing right now to make this show look better. It's there. So the super chat, you can do a sticker, you can do whatever. We have been monetized. But we're not making big bucks yet, obviously, but we support, we appreciate each and every one of you. It's not about that. But if you did, we appreciate it and just wanted to remind you. And I should have put that out in the beginning of the show because John would have put a big flashing, bust on me, and then maybe Clay would have done one on you. But
don't stand in front of the door when you knock.
Don't. Is that some advice?
I don't get it. And there was what are you doing here?
There.
And who was on earlier? Oh, Derek was on. He signed on driving home with the family after dinner. Happy 4th to you guys and God bless.
Oh, Derek, here you go. Strength and honor.
Just like the tiniest.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
I need to bring two.
I meant to bring out the rest of my seltzer, but I forgot it.
All right, everyone. Well, make sure that you guys.
Oh, that was advice to Clay.
Oh, don't stand in front of the door when you knock. Clap. All right.
Okay.
Hey, everyone that is on, if you could give us a thumbs up and a like and a share, that'd be great. We have 14 people watching right now, only 13 thumbs up. We got some haters that come on and give us thumbs down. So I appreciate all the help you get. God bless you. We love you. Happy 4th of July.
Happy
and
4th.
God bless America. All right. Bye.
Good night. Gonna hit the outro. Gonna make it.
I'm going to make it. Hold on, graphics. Here we go. Outro.